What's happening, people? It's Ratzi here for DJKit. Welcome back to the Rat Cave. This is actually now the Rat Cave Mark III. I've been away for a little while, just building this. It's my new home studio. So I thought, what better time to take a look at some of my favorite studio monitors. So in this video today, we're going to be looking at my six favorite 5-inch studio monitors. I've got here the Mackie CR5X, the RCF Pro 5, the Yamaha HS5, the KRK Rocket 5, which is the Generation 4, the Pioneer SDJ50X, and the MAudio BX5. Now, with this actual MAudio speaker here, this is the carbon version, which isn't available anymore, but I will be referring to the BX5 D3 version, which, if you can see here, I actually choose the MAudio BX8 D3s for my DJing. This is like my DJ desk here, where I've been live streaming and stuff over this pandemic lockdown. Ignore the carbon shell on this one. I will be referring to the MAudio BX5 D3. But at a time when everyone is kind of live streaming from home or spending a lot more time in the studio due to not being able to play out, the monitor speakers are more important now than ever. So worth saying that I'm not going to be doing kind of sound demo on the actual speakers because it's only as good as my camera microphone. So I'm just going to be going through the standout features of each of these 6 speakers. So let's get into it.
So let's start off taking a look at the RCFIRA Pro 5. The RCFIRA Pro 5s look sleek in an all-black finish, and although all of these speakers have the same size 5-inch woofer, the IRA is actually the largest speaker in this lineup in both size and power. The bass reflex port is on the front of the speaker, split into 2 halves with the illuminated RCF logo in the middle. I've actually always preferred the port at the front rather than at the back, as I feel like it delivers more of the sound forward rather than backwards into a wall, which is where the monitors would typically be set up in a studio setting. The standout feature on these IRAs is the FIR phase, which is an internal DSP with RCF's FIR filtering used to produce a 0° phase response. Basically, this FIR phase makes speaker components work better together by correcting slight delays in certain frequencies and giving a more accurate reproduction of the input signal, which results in the speakers producing the best sound possible. All of RCF's IRA Pro models have 2 high power and Class D true active low distortion amplifiers, meaning the internal limiters will protect you from extreme clipping that can damage the transducers and make the monitors sound bad. Having bigger power amplifiers increases the headroom and ensures a distortion-free mix. Like everything else in the build of this monitor, the high-frequency, soft dome tweeter is designed to give you the best sound possible. The composite fiberglass membrane cone design is the best choice for rigidity, damping, and performance durability. So basically, you can give them a bit more welly without worrying about causing any damage. You have 3 options for inputs on the back of the speaker: balanced XLR and TRS jack, and unbalanced RCA as well. You've also got a dedicated high frequency trim switch with -1, 0 and +1 options, a dedicated low frequency trim switch with -2, 0 and 2 options, and volume adjustment that sits at -6 in the middle. So to conclude, the technology in the RCFIRA Pro 5 should give you peace of mind that this speaker is going to last quite a long time before it blows or starts to distort, and it doesn't sound half bad either. Okay, on to the KRK Rocket 5 Generation 4s. Out of all the speakers in this review, the KRK Rockets are arguably the most commercially famous speakers in current times, with many popular artists using them in their studios. The iconic yellow and black cones make them stand out in a lineup, and it's a design that you remember. Now, I've had a pair of Rocket 5 Generation 2s in my studio for nearly 10 years now, and I bought them without doing any research into what they sound like, as I knew they sort of must be good due to the amount of times I'd seen them in other people's studios. Having said that, the new Generation 4s have come a long way since the model that I'm rocking, pun intended, with a more stripped back retro look. The porting at the front of the speaker is larger than the past models and actually longer and more open than the RCFIRA Pro 5. It may be because of this extended portal that the Rockets have the punchiest bass out of all of the rest of the speakers in this review, in my opinion. The standout feature of the KRKs is the new LCD screen on the back, where you can pick from 25 built-in EQ settings with added visual graphics. Plus, there is a downloadable app for phones or tablets to help you tweak and achieve the perfect sound for your space. There is a single combi TRS jack/XLR input on the back, and the volume knob doubles up as the control for that screen. All in all, due to that LCD screen, it's the Rocket 5 Generation 4 that boasts the most features in this lineup, although this may be the reason for the higher price point. You can tell that the monitors have been made leaning more towards music production, although there's no stopping you taking advantage of this sweet sounding monitor in your DJ setup. Another familiar speaker in this lineup, let's take a look at the Yamaha HS5. With its black and white colour combo, the HS5 is again another very recognisable speaker in studios all around the world. Although the most expensive out of the 6 in this review, the clarity on the HS5s really shine compared to the others, and that's most probably because these monitors have the largest overall frequency response at 55Hz to 20 kHz at -10 dB. The highs are crisp and the low ends get right into your gut. Both are customizable on the back of the speaker, with the room control going from 0, -2 and -4, and the high trim switchable to -2, 0 and +2. There is also a volume control with +4 sitting in the middle. Having said that, the mids on these speakers are very flat, which can overshadow the clarity of the highs and the lows just a little bit. This isn't typically something that you would notice when using these speakers for a DJ setup, but when you're using them for music production, you would definitely benefit from having them set up correctly for the shape of the room, using appropriate placement and soundproofing and all that jazz, particularly as the bass port is on the back end of the speaker rather than the front. Inputs on the back of the monitor include balanced TRS jack and XLR, but no unbalanced options on these HS5s. So the HS5s are available in black and white. They're a great choice for either a DJ setup or a professional music production studio. With the look based on the legendary NS10M monitors, these will definitely stand the test of time. Okay, over to the Pioneer SDJ50Xs. Now, like most things that Pioneer DJ release, the SDJ range has been massively popular amongst DJs around the world. They sit perfectly in an all-in-one Pioneer DJ controller and headphone package, with a lot of DJs preferring a symmetrical setup consisting of all of their equipment being from the same brand. Plus, they're available in both white and black to suit the room. However, it's not just being a Pioneer fanboy that makes the SDJ50Xs so popular. Their price point, combined with a decent all-round sound for both DJing and studio work, earn them a place in this selection of studio speakers. The 50Xs sit at the exact same price as the RCFIRAs and share the same frequency response of 50Hz to 20 kHz at -10 dB. Although the design seems closer to the KRK Rocket with a long port along the front. You get 3 inputs on the back, an unbalanced RCA and balanced TRS and XLR, and there is a volume level knob above a high frequency level adjust. However, there is no low frequency adjustment. This isn't a huge issue for me, as the speakers have a well-rounded, rich bass anyway. A nice feature on the 50Xs is the option to toggle auto standby on and off, which, when activated, automatically turns the speaker off when there is no input signal sensed after 25 minutes. Therefore, it saves you power. But once the speaker's received an audio input, they power up again almost immediately. One thing to note about the Pioneer SDJ50Xs is they have been around for a little while, and we all know what Pioneer DJ are like, so it wouldn't surprise me if there is an update or a newer speaker coming out soon. Right then, over to the MAudio BX5D3s. The BX5s are one of the smallest speakers in this lineup, but they still pack a serious punch. The 5-inch Kevlar comb woofer and 1-inch silk tweeter offer a well-balanced flat sound, and in all honesty, at £89 a speaker, they really exceed my expectations. The BX5's portal is located on the back, which again isn't my preference, and there is no dedicated high or low frequency tweaks, but the acoustic space control on the rear gives you flat, -2 and -4 options to optimize the sound of the monitor to suit whichever room you've got them sat in. Both inputs are balanced TRS and XLR with no unbalanced RCA options, and the volume adjustment is also located on the rear of the monitor. The MAudio BX5 D3s are fantastic value for money. A pair of these monitors isn't far off the price of one single monitor in other speaker ranges. Plus, they have a really nice finish and would sit pretty comfortably in any home DJ setup. Also, it's worth checking out the new MAudio BX3 and BX4 active studio monitors if you're looking for something slightly smaller. Alright then, last but by no means least is the Mackie CR5X. The Mackie CR5X monitors are the cheapest in this review, and unlike the others, they actually come as a pair as standard. So when you purchase these, you get 2 speakers in the box. However, one of them is active and the other one is actually passive. So for those that are familiar with the massively popular Pioneer DJ DM40 speakers, it's the same deal here, although the CR range starts at 3 inches and goes all the way up to 8 inches. The power plug is actually wired into one of the monitors, which to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of, but on the plus side, you only need to plug one of the speakers into power, as the other one is connected via speaker cable, which is of course included in the box. The inputs on the back include 2 TRS jacks, 2 unbalanced RCAs, and a 3.5mm stereo in aux. Mackie supplies both aux and 3.5mm to RCA cables in the box, but if you want that balanced sound, you'll have to buy the TRS cables yourself. Now, these speakers are quite rightly classed as multimedia monitors rather than studio monitors, and the lack of EQ backs this up in my opinion. The volume control is on the front of the speaker, as well as a conveniently placed 3.5mm headphone out, and it's the CR5X's, which is the only speaker in this lineup which has got that headphone out option. The great thing about these Mackie CR5X's are that they are perfect for a bedroom DJ setup. They're very reasonably priced for a pair, with everything you need in the box, including isolation pads. They're not overly complicated, they sound fine, and they are decent value for money. I would say though that it's a no-brainer stepping up to the Bluetooth models to stream music from your phone or your tablet to the speakers from across the room, but I wouldn't recommend using Bluetooth on a device that you're actually going to DJ with, as the delay would cause havoc with your mix.
So there you have it then, gang. Hopefully that has been helpful for you to make a decision on which 5-inch monitor is best for your needs. Now, it's worth saying as well that the majority of these monitors are available in sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, even up to 10 inch. So, check our DJKit website to see if you did want to go for a bigger size. Odds are, the manufacturers do go larger. But yeah, I just thought I would stick with the 5-inch because, it's sort of typical home size, not to annoy the neighbours too much during this lockdown. So yeah, anyway, guys, any more questions, please feel free to get in touch with us at DJKit, give us a call, or drop your questions into the comments of this video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Subscribe to our DJKit channel, should I say. We've got plenty more videos like this, equipment reviews and stuff like that, and plenty more to come. So thanks for watching, you guys. Stay safe out there. Till next time, peace.